It is time for
Original Tales of Horror.
terrifying true stories of the paranormal,
Urban legends
and folklore.
Join us as we explore the dark, the terrifying, and the unknown.
Welcome to the podcast where no matter what time it is always
horror time.
We were so excited. Me and my two best friends, Coop and Ezra. See, we went into business with each other after we graduated from college, started our very own real estate flipping business, and man, were we making a profit.
However, if I knew about this place,
All right, gentlemen, here are keys.
I would have let the money go.
Seriously, this has the potential to be our best flip yet. And honestly, I still can't believe how much we got this property for.
I saw this place sold at least 4 times in the last 7 months. Each time, the person left quicker than the last. This last one barely kept it together for 3 days. Something's gotta be wrong, right?
Personally, I just can't wait to finish this place so we can throw a kick-ass party.
Oh, Ezra. No, we're trying to make money on this, not blow it on a house party. And no, Coop, there's nothing wrong. I mean, I don't think. You know they're not required to divulge anything that's happened to the house prior to purchase.
Yeah, I get that, but I don't know. This place already shows signs of a lot of damage, and we're barely inside. And this place is miles from the nearest police station or firehouse, even the hospital. Hell, even the nearest grocery store and gas station was like 4 or 5 miles. That knocks out quite a few buyers.
This is going to be quite the flip. It's a disaster in here. Let's split up and see what the damage is. Ezra, you take upstairs, I'll take the first floor, and Coop, you get the basement.
What the hell? Why do I get the creepy basement and the already creepy house?
If it makes you feel any better, I'll be close to the attic, just as creepy. Of course, I'm braver than a 7-year-old, so...
Come on, guys. Let's get this moving. We got to get to work right away. Tight timeline as it is.
Ugh, I hope there's no spiders out here. I swear, I will burn this mother down. Oh, the space was huge. Wow, that's an old furnace. Why would you even have this anymore? Ugh, it's probably gonna be a fortune to remove. Funny, Ezra. Not gonna steer me.
What are you babbling about down there? As tempting as it is to scare your ass right now, we have work to do. I'm heading upstairs now. Good luck. Now this is what I'm talking about. This place has great bones. Why the hell would anyone ditch it? This is going to be the best pre-sale party ever. Damn it, there's no reception in this place. How am I supposed to invite people to the shindig if I can't text? We need some airflow in this joint. It's freaking hot. Oh, nice. Someone left the window unlocked. Nice job. You want squatters? Because that's how you get squatters. So this is the master bedroom, huh? This will do nicely. Oh, whoever was here really trashed this place. This is gonna take forever. Ooh, nice. Look at this closet. I probably knock this wall out and make it a big walk-in. Oh, I found the kids' room, Coop. Perfect room for you.
Funny, Ezra. I hear you through the vents. Hey, Ezra, there's a sick area down here. You're gonna want it for the party.
Hell yes. I'll check it out in a bit. Has the boogeyman got you yet?
Funny, Ezra.
You love it. There are some great rooms up here, guys. Look at you, Ezra, actually getting shit done. Only one more room to finish. I'm not the slacker this time. Hey, that's a lot of toys. Hell were the last orders from the 1920s? These toys are so old. Hello, not creepy at all, doll. Were you in a fire or something? What's your story?
Hey, Ezra, how's it going up there? Ezra.
What? Oh, yeah, Alex. Everything's going well. All right, Ezra, let's stop talking to the dolls and get back to work. This has got to be the tiniest closet I've ever seen. Hey, Alex. How's our budget looking for knocking down a crap ton of stuff to make a bigger closet?
I'll have to get an estimate on whatever a crap ton is. Just write it down and focus on your shit. Remember, timeline. Where are those two? Look at this kitchen. That oven's seen better days, but it's an easy fix. Really? You're gonna run in and slam a cabinet? What are we, 10? Come on, guys, focus. And now you broke the cabinet door. Yeah, putting new cabinets on the list, I guess. Okay, so kitchen needs new cabinets, appliances. We can salvage some of this counter. Thinking an island would be nice here. Some on that countertop. Okay, nice. You better not be breaking more shits. This place already needs a ridiculous amount of work. Coop, Ezra,
The space that smells like burnt trash. Okay, let's see. If we remove this, create a lot more room down here. Does it make a great bar area over here? Huh? Damn it, Coop. You're freaking yourself out. You've been in plenty of these minutes, you're fine. Got. Ezra, you almost done? What? Ezra, some of us are actually trying to get shit done. I told you I don't have time for this. Dude, I need over it. You can stop. breath. Remember your third. In count of 4. Out count of 8. Okay, whoever you are, get out. This place is ours now.
It was my fault.
Look, squatter, if you don't get out of here now, I'm gonna call the cops.
Did it? It was me.
Okay, you're freaking me out, man.
You have to burn.
Really, guys? You gotta check out this upstairs. We're gonna make a killing off of this place once it's done. Some great shit up here. Okay, except for this closet, we gotta make this bigger. What the hell? Okay, guys, let me out. Seriously, this isn't funny. Open up. You know I don't like small spaces. Come on, assholes. I can hear you. Coop! What the hell?
Okay, kitchen is done. On to the main living room. So much shit in here. Man, whatever happened, they really up and left this place. Ooh, nice. It's still in tune, too. Even left family pictures behind. It's odd. Very burnt photo at that. A nice looking family. Must be the original owners. 1920s, I'd imagine. Makes sense with the look of this house. Hello? Jesus Christ. Okay, who did that?
Are you almost done with the furniture down there? Please, stop messing with it. We're all gonna burn. 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 It burns. Burn. It's... And now, you're all gonna burn.
Let me out! Get me out of this damn closet! Let me out! Coop! You there?
And Ezra, get me out of here. Oh my god, this furnace. I can't take it. It's so hot. Ezra, help.
I'm stuck too! Why did you turn on the furnace? Coop! Come on, let me out! I just want to have that party!
And I just want to play, but it burns too much. Every day I'm burning. I don't want to do this anymore. Man, the black eyes told me I have to burn all of you, so I can see my mommy and daddy again.
No, don't listen to the man with the black eyes. Just let me out, little buddy. Just open up. I won't tell him.
No, I have to. I want to see my mommy and daddy. You have to burn like me. That's what the man with the black eyes said. Sorry. Bye-bye.
What the hell? This is not happening right now. This is not happening. Phone. Pick up. Come on,
There's
pick up.
no way, Earls. I tried, and it was all burning down. There was nothing. He couldn't save us. It was his fault. The man with the black eyes was right. They'll never come until I burn above all the who's whoever.
Wait, you were from that photo? Are you talking about this man?
My dear husband, yes. But he would never listen. He's not coming to save us. I must do what the man, the
No,
black eye says.
He loves you. You know he does. Please, don't do this.
I did this. I'm the man of the family. I'm supposed to take care of them. But now, they burn and burn. And now you'll burn. My family stuck upstairs. I'm down here. Burning. But you see this time I'll fix everything. You burn. Do family free. To set me and my family free.
Look, I get it. You feel like you failed, but they love you. It's not your fault, man. You can just let go. Killing us is not going to set anyone free. Just think about it.
He said this is the only way. I destroy it. I'm supposed to let go of that. Let go of that. No. You have to burn.
You don't have to do this. You didn't do anything wrong. Just let go.
No.
Please let us go. Your family loves you.
Silence. You will burn. Just like the others. Enter this house. You will burn.
The others? You mean the ones that led to this place? You mean you actually... you killed them?
Yeah. Now burn. Done with the black eyes. Promised. You are the last to kill. And I will see my family.
He lied to you. Whoever is telling you this will not break you free. He lied. Think about it. Has it worked yet? No, you're stuck in the same loop. Feeling the same pain every time someone enters this house. There is no rest. There is no end. No matter how many you kill.
Just love them so
Of course you do. It was an accident. Just let go. You don't have to do this. You didn't do anything wrong. Just let go.
You're right. That bastard lied. I need to let go. You're right. I need to see them again. Thank you.
Coop and I survived that day. We called for help as soon as we stumbled out of the house. The fire department said there was no fire reported that day. In fact, the house had no signs of burn damage. They found him curled up in the closet, claiming it was just a sudden heart attack. We dedicated that night to him at the party that he was so longing for. He loved to celebrate with friends. Coop and I toasted to him that night, being the only ones who truly knew what happened. We also toasted to the family that is finally now able to be at peace with one another. Thing bugged us, though. Who is the man with the black eyes? Hello, horror fans. I'm Timekeeper Matt.
And I'm Timekeeper Pat.
And today we have our first true crime version of Horror Time. So we're talking about some real life horror, but paranormal associated with it. So we're talking about one of the worst and awful serial killers there have ever been, John Wayne Gacy, or the Killer Clown, as some people know him. So he has some paranormal experiences associated with him. So we'll start it off going into a little bit of the backstory of his of the crimes, and then just the different paranormal things that are associated with him. So here we go. John Wayne Gacy was an American serial killer and sexual predator who operated primarily in Chicago during the 1970s. Born on March 17, 1942, Gacy grew up in a relatively normal family environment. However, he experienced a troubled childhood marked by a strained relationship with his father and alleged instances of abuse. His adult life, Gacy appeared to be a model citizen. I say appeared to be, establishing himself as a successful businessman and active member of the community. He was married twice and had 2 biological children, presenting himself as a family man and a charitable volunteer. But behind this facade, however, lurked a dark and sinister persona. Between 1972 and 1978, Gacy embarked on a spree of sexual assaults and murders, targeting young men and teenage boys. He often lured his victims to his home by promising them work or offering them money before subjecting them to brutal acts of violence and eventual murder. John Wayne Gacy's reign of terror came to an end due to a combination of diligent police work and a critical mistake on his part. The turning point came in December 1978 when a 15-year-old named Robert Peist vanished without a trace. Peist was last seen heading to meet Gacy to discuss a potential job opportunity. Following Peist's disappearance, investigators discovered that Gacy had a criminal record and was known for engaging in suspicious activity. They began to focus their attention on him as a prime suspect in Peist's disappearance. During their investigation, police officers visited Gacy's home and noticed a foul odor emanating from the property. Suspicious, they obtained a search warrant and commenced a thorough search. Beneath the house, they made a gruesome discovery: the remains of multiple victims buried in a crawl space. Gacy was promptly arrested and charged with multiple counts of murder. His trial garnered significant media attention, and the evidence presented him against him was overwhelming. In March 1980, Gacy was convicted of 33 murders and sentenced to death. His sentence was carried out in 1994, with his last words being, "Kiss my ass." This is seemingly the end of the story, right? This is seemingly the end of the story. However, many claim to have witnessed the ghost of John Wayne Gacy in various places. And I say at least 33 murders. There could be more. And yeah, he, up until his dying day, he was a piece of shit by saying, kiss my ass. So, Now, there's a few different places and objects that are geared towards where the people have thought they've seen paranormal things or have witnessed paranormal things that they will associate with John Wayne Gacy. Whether or not, obviously, it is John Wayne Gacy is hard to prove that. Um, and, a lot of this might come from just the fact that uh, he is a serial killer and people, you know, want to tend to elaborate around it, especially with a serial killer of this magnitude. So the first place up is the house. So the house where John Wayne Gacy lived and committed his murders was torn apart and basically destroyed during the process of finding the victims because all his victims were in the floorboard. So a lot of it was just tearing the stuff up. And it was eventually leveled in 1979 and probably for the best. For a while, the lot was vacant, and many believe that it was haunted or evil energy was left over, mainly because nothing would grow on the property, only around it. So the actual property would just stay completely barren, completely bald. And then a new house eventually was built on the property, though owners haven't held on to it for very long. Some have reported seeing a large man dressed as a clown wandering the house, and the paranormal activity associated with Gacy does lurk in other areas associated with his life. And just to add on to that, the house was, I believe, up for sale. Last I saw was like in 2019 or something. So I don't know if it's had any new owners or since that, or if there's been any more paranormal activity. But that's the paranormal activity that's kind of associated with that. A lot of the owners don't really claim to see too much. And like I said, I don't know about the current owners. The other place we have up is the prison. The Menard Correctional Center. He was housed there before being transferred to Stateville Correctional Center, where he was eventually executed in 1994. But according to this particular legend, some prison guards and inmates have reported strange occurrences in the cell block where Gacy was once held. These reports have included unexplained cold spots, eerie whispers in the middle of the night, and the sensation of being watched when no one else is present. There are also stories of seeing a shadowy figure moving through the cells late at night, particularly near the cell where Gacy was confined. The figure doesn't interact, but moves with a heavy, plodding gait reminiscent of Gacy's own movements, creating an unsettling atmosphere that leaves those who encounter it with uh, feeling deeply uneasy. Oh, and this prison was actually, you can see it was toured by what's the show, Ghost Adventures, like Zach Baggins and those people. They actually toured that, and it's pretty creepy, the different places that are in that prison that you can tour. And they they came to the conclusion of the same things where they felt all these different things. But obviously it's a show, so there might be some elaboration to that to make it a little bit of
Little
a little bit more,
showmanship.
yeah, a little bit more dramatic. I mean, it's crazy too. There's a part in it as well that he actually got to see the brain of John Wayne Gacy. Like, this woman like owned a piece of his brain, like a literal like slice of his brain.
What?
Yeah, they took it to study it,
Ah,
because
okay.
serial killers and things of that sort, like trying to figure out like why some people like this, like what is there anything in their brain that triggers them to do these type of things? Is it any type of mental illness, or is it these people are just plain fucking evil? So obviously there's a lot of stuff that goes around that. But from what I hear, he actually owns the brain now. So I don't know how much studying there is going on with the brain. Zach Baggins, this guy, I don't know. Are you familiar with the name
I've
at
watched
all?
those shows before, but it's been so long that I don't recall the names.
He's one of the I think one of the more he's a TV personality, and he's a paranormal investigator, and I think he owns that museum, and I think it's in Vegas or something. He has this own like thing where it's like just all this like creepy paranormal type stuff. And yeah, Gacy's brain is one of the things he owns. So, but anyway. Okay, so the next thing is the place in Illinois called the R Theater. Now, he does not have any specific connections to this that we know of. But the suspected reason why it is haunted by him is because at some point the owners of the theater got their hands on an armoire that he owned, and inside the armoire were his paintings. We'll talk about this a little bit later. Gacy dabbled in painting. He was god awful at it, but he dabbled in it. But the reason why people think that is that, you know, they've, again, presences of seeing him, the clown, also stenches go around. I guess I didn't really know this, but apparently in the paranormal thought, or in the community of these investigators, they say one of the most common things is a stench in the area, especially with negative energies of like rotting meat type of smells. It's like really bad, off-putting smells when these entities show up, especially when they're negative presences. And another thing that is, I've tried to think if I've ever witnessed this before walking through like older places, but a cobweb type feeling on your head. Like as you're walking through, it almost feels like you're walking through cobwebs, but there are no cobwebs to be seen. Apparently, that's a fairly well documented phenomena in haunted locations, which is
Weird.
crazy. I don't know. I'll have to like take note
And
of
I would
that
never
next time I
know
walk through a
either
place.
because I would feel
Yeah, right.
like it was
It is
just
weird.
cobwebs.
Yeah, it's just an old place, so there are cobwebs. But it's like, wait, have I been around these before and I don't know? Because like we've all been in situations where we walk through like cobwebs and we don't realize we walked through them. But
Right.
yeah. Or like you can't even see them at all because they're so thin. Yeah. I don't know. There's also shuffling sounds. So people will hear shuffling sounds of him in the basement area of the art theater. And I guess these paranormal happenings did not happen until this armoire showed up. So that is one of the reasons why they think Gacy haunts this place. So, now, within the armoire, like I said, there were paintings. Gacy, I guess once he was in prison, he started kind of dabbling in painting because I guess he had nothing else to do, and he was in prison for quite a long time until he actually got executed. Because, like I said, he was arrested in 1980, and he did not get executed until 1994. So he chilled on death row for quite a bit. And he painted things such as Disney characters, Seven Dwarves, Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. There's a painting of that. Again, not very good. You can find pictures of these online. I know art is in the eye of the beholder. These are, yeah. Anyway, and then there's the most famous of them all is the most famous of them all is a self portrait of him as his the clown that he would play at children's parties, Pogo the clown. And the painting still exists, and it's had a few different owners over the years. And like I said, it's currently like you said, it's I don't know if I said it, but it's currently with Zach Baggins. So again, he has the dude's brain and his painting. It's a lot of negative energy. I would not want that around me, but you know,
Is he trying to summon
we'll
him or
talk about.
something? Like,
I know, right? We'll talk about the fascination of serial killers in a little bit here. But and then also, so people will report various strange occurrences, such as the artwork falling off the walls without apparent cause, or the frame swinging on its own. Some even claim that the eyes of the clown in the painting seem to follow them around the room. They also say the feelings of dread. People who have Gacy's clown paintings in their possession often speak of a heavy, uncomfortable atmosphere that surrounds the artwork. They describe feelings of being watched, unease, and general sense of dread when in the same room as the painting. And they'll also experience technical malfunctions. There are accounts of lights flickering, electronic devices malfunctioning, batteries draining quickly when near the painting, which some interpret as signs of paranormal activity, like of phones going off or cameras glitching, that type of thing. And then also owners have said that they have had streaks of bad luck that they attribute to the painting, including financial trouble, accidents, ill health. But I mean, that could just be their fault,
Yeah.
or just the circumstances of the economy, that type of thing. But and then also ghostly apparitions and sound. So it's less common, but there are tales of ghostly figures or clown-like apparitions appearing in the vicinity of these paintings. Others have reported unexplained laughter, and this is the creepiest, circus music without no
Oh boy.
identified source. Absolutely fucking not. That thing would be going in the that would be going outside, dousing gasoline and burn it. Nope. 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 No, yeah. I would, like I said, I would go outside, douse it in gasoline and burn it. Because that, and I think that's one of those things that just fuels the folklore just so much, is that the fact that he has this clown associated with him. And we kind of talked about that in our clown episode, where his crimes, these awful things that he did are very much associated in people's fear of clowns ever since then, because the fear of clowns really upticked in the 80s with that, and then it and all of that. So yeah, those are all his paranormal things, experiences associated with this awful human being. And it should be said too that with when it comes to these serial killers and things like that, we are very fascinated by them, and fascinated by how someone could be that dark, go that dark. But and we make up stories around this type of thing, and it almost kind of makes it fantasy like, horror like, movie like. But when it comes down to it, these stories where the victims should be remembered, their families should be remembered, because this is just it's a real thing that happened that affects people for the rest of their lives. So
Mhm.
definitely out to that, and it's just awful. And it just becomes fascinating and interesting, and just all macabre and sad and all of that at the same time, is why I feel like just so many of us kind of geared towards, like, we want to hear about it, because it's just so, like, why, like, why the hell does this happen? Like, why does this real horror happen? We're all here for having fun with horror, but when it comes to this stuff, it's like, Jesus Christ, like, god damn. Yeah. And I think that's one of the things with the ghosts being out there. And that's kind of what I'm getting at, is like, yeah, his ghost could exist. We've talked about negative energy, and if there's anyone that's going to exude a lot of negative energy, it's going to be him. Um, so paranormal experiences could be still with him. But I think personally, a lot of this comes from just the mystery surrounding a figure like this, that people almost just want to believe, like, oh, this is definitely that, because it's
It must
associated
be
with him,
this.
and
There's no other
it's definitely
explanation.
haunted. Let's say that again.
I said, oh, it must be this because there's no other explanation. It happened as soon as I got the painting.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like, well, it could have been happening before that.
Hmm.
You just happen to know it, or you're just noticing more things now, because, like, I mean, like, the bad luck thing, like, that's bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, okay, like, if you believe it, you want to believe when it comes to luck and all those things, but come on now. Like, come on. Like, he's not causing the bad luck for you. Like, no.
Right. Then get rid of the thing. Get rid of the painting.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
why'd you get it? If you know there's
Exactly.
something attached to it, don't even try.
Right. Right. And one of the things that makes his figure so fascinating is that, like, there was no remorse in him whatsoever. He even claimed to be framed to the end of his days, even though there was overwhelming evidence towards the contrary. And like I said, I think just people are just fascinated by how someone can be like that. And I mean, I know I am. Um, it is fascinating, as sad and dark as it is. It is fascinating how something can be like that. But what would you be more afraid of? Someone that you knew was a ghost, or like someone, the ghost that you knew the identity of and you knew it was someone as evil as Gacy, or an unknown ghost? Like if you knew for a fact you were being haunted by John Wayne Gacy, would that terrify you more? Or would you be like, oh,
Um,
I was thinking
well,
about
I would
this.
definitely know that I would, I would have to like if I'm haunted anywhere I go, I would. I don't know. I'd try to find a way to banish him because I wouldn't want to be
Right.
dead because I would
Right.
feel like that's what he would, even his spirit would want to do. Or
Well,
whatever.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, but like, I mean, like, how much can he do? I guess we don't know we don't know when it comes to paranormal entities. I don't hear too much about like, oh, this paranormal entity killed someone. Like, you hear these stories of paranormal happenings, but you never hear people dying from it. You just hear people just witnessing it. I mean,
Right.
it'd be kind of creepy to have that idea of him around, be like, oh God, but like, I'd be more like, yeah, if I knew it was him, I'd just be like spouting out like insults at him all day. Like, you piece of shit. But I don't know. The unknown, I guess, is, I don't know what's scarier.
Because it could also be another John Wayne Gacy,
You're right, exactly.
but like worse somehow.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. There's a different element to it when you know exactly who and what is haunting you, I feel.
Yeah.
Like you could feel like you know the things that like annoyed John Wayne Gacy in life about like the murders or something like that that would just piss him off and just be like, go away. Um, I know you did it, like that type of thing, or unknown. You just don't know how to handle it. I don't know. I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting thought when I was researching. Like, what would I be more afraid of, or would I just be equally scared of both?
Probably, yeah. You don't want to, I mean, it's unsettling
It is.
thinking like someone's watching you as like a person, but
Yeah.
watch like something that you can't see but's there and is watching you is almost worse
Yeah.
because you can't make it stop and there's nothing you can, well, I guess there are things you can do, but
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. But anyway,
um,
that's really all I got as far as Gacy is concerned. I Go ahead.
did you know, well, I don't know, I just looked up some facts to put alongside.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you found this when you were reading stuff, but apparently, I think he owned a KFC.
Yes,
Like,
I did know that.
and I was
Yeah.
like, wait a
Yeah, I think it was a
second.
KFC.
I was like, I just thought about
Uh,
him, like, cutting
yeah, well,
people
he
up
had
and
like a lot. Yeah. Ooh, he
yeah,
had, oh God, what a piece of shit. He had a lot of like businesses here and there that he would, like a construction company.
hmm
I've seen floating online on like Reddit and stuff like that, that like a person didn't know that their mom or dad or their parents like had contracted him at one point, and they were looking through their basement and they found his business card and they had no clue. Yeah. Um, and I've seen that floating around. They're like, "Hey, look what I randomly found.
Oh my
Like,
god,
look who did construction at my house." Like, um he like I said, he was just, that's one of the crazier scarier things about him and a lot of serial killers in general, is that they act like they're part of this community, and he was heavily involved in it, if I recall correctly. Like, he was heavily involved in like the politics of his area, and involved in like um you know things like construction work, and yeah, like you said, owning KFC. Like, he was just like almost this like city man, like made himself look like almost a family man,
yeah,
and he was anything but that. And how someone could just go about their business. Oh God.
it's so weird. Like, I
Oh
don't know. I've heard things like they're bored because their intellect is very high,
yeah,
so they're like bored with thing, so they want to know what they can do to outsmart, I guess, or something. I
yeah,
don't,
and yeah, you could figure that. That's true. The other thing, that's right. The other thing I was going to mention about this whole like putting these things on almost like a pedestal. But I just don't understand the people that are like almost like idolize these people. Like, what was it, like Ramirez, the Night Stalker or whatever? He
Hmm.
had like notes and stuff sent to him. Like people like were in love with him and would send notes to him when he was in jail and like want to marry him and like what the yeah, it's a weird phenomena that like
Yeah.
surrounds this type of stuff where people almost like they themselves are not serial killers or killers, but they like almost like idolize these people. And it's like, what the fuck? God, it's a whole like messed up phenomenon itself. That's a terrifying thing too. Ugh. It's like, yeah, it's like you don't want to perpetuate these things, but at the same time, you want to learn about them. You want to hear about them. Like, yeah, yeah, it's just wild. But yeah, so we're hoping we can go into a little bit more true crime, ghosts of true crime like this as a new series we'll start within, within our horror times. We try to break up our episodes into different types of, categories. And true crime is one of those categories we want to start, go more into because, there are a few different out there that have paranormal happenings associated with it. But that is all that I have. So, Pat, do you have anything to add to this thing?
Another side fact that I found when I was looking stuff up.
Yeah.
Uh, Rob Zombie, the singer,
Yes.
he apparently
Mhm.
has or had a like
Mhm.
a what's it called? It's
I
called
know.
Rob Zombie's
I know where you're
Great
going.
American Nightmare, and
Yeah.
it was
Yep.
like
Mhm.
haunted houses based on the
Mhm.
serial killers. Some of the houses
Yeah.
had serial killer rooms in them
Yep.
or something.
And one was Gacy, yep. And that was
Yep.
a huge controversy when that came out too.
Hmm.
That was 2014, I think, when I was looking at the research. I don't remember it, but yeah, I guess it was a big controversy that he actually had like a haunted house room based off of Gacy and his murders. And I mean, me personally, I don't think that's very tasteful. Like I said, I love horror. I love, me and you obviously love that type of stuff like horror
Hmm.
nights, stuff like that. And I just don't, and I love watching, Jason and Freddy but there's a difference to that. They're not real. It's a monster where they're not like necessarily glorifying that. It's like it's a Hollywood monster. And Gacy's not a Hollywood monster. He's a real thing and
Real
there were
life
real
monster
victims
that
to it. And
doesn't need
right, right. And we need to know about these things, that's
hmm.
important, and especially for future, because it's not like he's a one-off thing. Like, unfortunately, those people exist, and it's just we need to be aware of that, and you know, but and learn the human psyche and all that. But yeah, when it comes to that stuff, I just don't. One thing, one thing about that, but yeah, yeah, I'm not about like, oh, let's go into a horror house and you know,
Well, I mean, aside from having those controversial houses, I immediately wanted to go, but then so it was like probably not in business anymore. But yeah, it's they had like
you wanted to go.
not to like maybe that particular one, but the other houses
Oh,
that they had because it's Rob Zombie. It's not just
that's
going to
true.
be
Yeah,
those
that's
things,
true.
and then like it was like a whole festival of rides and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, it was just back
Um,
then. I think it was just back then.
uh,
I don't think it's a yearly thing or anything like that. I'm not sure what it was all about, but yeah. No, I mean it would be cool because I mean Rob Zombie's got some interesting stuff and he's got an interesting vibe to him. Some of
mhm,
his stuff is a little much,
yeah.
um, but yeah, he in himself is a. I mean, it doesn't surprise me he made something controversial because most of the horror he makes is controversial as it is. So
Right.
yeah,
Talk about
yeah.
Devil's Rejects at the end. You
Oh my
you
god.
almost want them to like survive the shootout, and then you're like, wait a
Yeah.
second, hold on, that's wrong.
And
Or at least,
some of the scenes in that are just so uncomfortable to watch too. You're like, "Oh my god."
right.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. But anyway. So yeah, no, like any other fun facts or
Nope, those
interesting
are
facts?
those are the good ones. I just wanted to
All right.
say
Okay,
those
cool.
ones.
Oh, yeah, cool. All right. Okay, well, so we only got a couple of episodes left in this season. They I can't think of the episodes off the top of my head, honestly. Oh no, we got an asylum one coming up, Penthurst Asylum, and then we got we're going to end off the season actually kind of doing a dramatic retelling of a couple creepy pastas. So we're just gonna have fun with that. So it's not a story that we wrote, but it's just gonna be, you know, have fun with it. So anyway, that's our plan. And then, you know, as the summer comes up, we have our horror time review where we review some films, and we'll get back into season 4. So, yeah, if you want more horror content, you know, find us on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. And if you could be so kind, if you have a few seconds to go ahead and leave us a review, it only takes a few seconds, but it does do a lot for us because it lets us to be known for more horror fans out there. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone, and we will catch you later.
See you later.